Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Factorio. We've had a little break. Let's get back to building our million minions. I'm letting them catch up so that I've still got all of these belts that I can use. And I'll run all the way down to the other end, and then we can start joining together the next lot of belts. And I'll do one all the way up through. Once I've done one, just that bottom line, all the way up through to the passive provider chests, and I've got the passive provider chests down and made sure that they're all properly installed, then we can deal with putting a second line in through just to slightly increase the first lot of the copper ore that's coming in. Past the never-ending solar fields. On yet further. Is it just me, or is it since the update? Does it seem a little tiny bit more blurry than it used to around there? It might be because of the frame rate that we're now on. But I'm starting to think it does feel just slightly more blurry than it used to when you're running around doing stuff. I mean, I could be wrong on that. I could just be imaginating things, but I'm sure it is. Just a little tiny bit. Not much, but it's just there, like niggling at me that it's not quite as clean as it used to be. I've only got 100 belts left. It's going to be, actually, I'm not sure that we will be able to do what I was thinking of doing and doing the second belt. I don't think we got enough belts here. I'm not even sure we've got enough to do one line. There's a few more belts coming towards me. Right there. I got just enough to get through there. Now I want to just run up here. I'm going to check this. How are you doing? Still, none of that has been brought in yet. We're still waiting for that to be brought over. Where are they? I'm sure they're on their way. It's possibly because they haven't actually come along and flagged it up yet. Because the robots are busy doing lots of other things. That wouldn't surprise me. Now, that one line there can go this way, and I'll run down to there like that. And then we'll go... Let those belts come into me, and I will take them all the way up here. So I've got one line there. All the way through the entire lot, I have got one line of copper that is on its way over. It should be. There it is. It's traveling on its way. I mean, it might be that that one belt is enough. If we look down here, we've already got some of the ore. That ore there is already, like, right out to the end of it. This isn't. I don't think that one belt is going to be enough to transport all of the ore away, even though that I've got the thing sort of mixing it across the different lines. And that one has now been used up a little bit, and it's being used up a bit over here. Like on 3 of them. Yeah, I just don't think it's going to be quite enough. Maybe it will. You never know. No. Okay, let's rethink that. It's definitely not. So, if I can have 2 lines running, that should take everything that is coming from the 2 lines. And we go all the way along to here. It's traveling nicely. It's most of the way there now. I've only got 53 belts. I don't want to have to run all the way up here, but these are still not here. I could really do with not having to run all the way up here. 24,700 construction bots are not currently occupied. Only 42,000 logistics bots are not currently occupied. But these construction bots, they're not coming up to do the bit of construction that I want them to do, which is right here. I think I'm going to have to manually go up and do that. If I want these belts to be able to speed up a little bit, I'm going to have to run up and do it myself. If you want something done, you have to do it yourself. I'm not using it in this series. I've deliberately chosen not to do it in this series. But next series I will be using like a hovercraft, helicopter, something along those lines. Okay, activated my own robots, and out they go. So they hadn't even had the build requests go down for it yet, because there's so many other build requests that the robots are currently occupied with, they weren't worrying about these here. Robots are very quickly rushing in and taking care of all of that, putting them down into all of these chests. I got 200 requested in each from all of these, which is going to take up most of what I've actually got spare. So that's going to keep those running for a bit. That's all I got in there. I have more than that. Nope. Okay. Have I got any more in storage? I don't think I do. But then I've got the 200 in here, and there comes the iron gear wheels. They have not got very far to travel at all, the iron gear wheels. I've got plastic right there. Iron gear wheels are coming from... There's plastic. There's the iron gear wheels up there. They're all rushing down from up there, and big cloud of them. Not even that big a cloud. It's like a bit of a cloud of them come rushing down. They will do what they need to do, and then that will drop them all into here. And that means that these belts are now actually able to operate as they should. So if I look into here, I've got several hundred in there. The time-consuming bit appears to be iron gear wheels not being brought across quite quick enough by the stack inserter. That seems to be the problem that we've got here. I need 20 iron gear wheels for each one. So really, the fact that we've got the speed modules on here is probably not really helping that. But anyway, that's now going. That's doing what it's supposed to do. I've got 4 on the way, but then I'm stood right next to them. I've got 100 of my belts at the moment, and then as these complete, I will very quickly be brought some more. Yes, I've got construction robots rushing off and taking them elsewhere as well, but I have them being brought to me in large quantities, which is a good thing. They will keep bringing them to me in large quantities, so I should be able to run away from there now and go back over to the belt. I don't need to concern myself with anything else that's going on at the moment. I mean, yes, we do still want to get these going. Now, somebody said that I may possibly have made a mistake when I was doing the joining up of all of these pipes. And one of them might not be running effectively. I may only have one pipe on one of them. So I just want to double check the fittings on them. I think it would have been on a corner. So I'm just going to double check each of these corners a second. And make absolutely certain that they're working. And I don't think it's going to be anywhere on the straight lines, because that would be both of them. And that would, like, show up way more obviously. So I will just do a quick check. There we go. I found it. It's that one. There. I didn't leave it's too big a gap. I've got an extra bit right here. So I need to put one there. I need to put one there. Just to add that in. Because that doesn't go all the way down over to that one. So there. I've just have the construction robots add that bit in. Thank you very much for pointing that out. I'm really sorry. I can't remember the name of the person that did point out that I'd left one piece that wasn't quite connected up properly. But yes, I do really appreciate it. That was absolutely fantastic. So we've picked up on that little error, and that has now been corrected. So we can leave that. Next up, so I've got this connected in along here, and we've joined in that ore patch there. Next, I'm going to go up to this one, and I'm going to get this little ore patch here all put down with belts, and I will also just put some belts around the edge of here. If I can get 2 lines properly connected all the way through on there first. I'm up to 400 express belts. Then we've got these 2 patches taking copper back, and then we can start working our way up round to the rest of them. It's going to take a minute or two to get all of the patches up and running, but that's fine. That's something that I'm kind of expecting. You wouldn't expect something of this kind of scale to be up and running very quickly. It's just that I'm hoping that it would be up and running in a reasonable space of time. Now, next, the other thing I was thinking of doing was right in here. I mean, the problem I got at the moment is I just don't have the red circuits on here. That doesn't mean to say I don't want another one of them. So I'm going to copy that bad boy right there, and I'm going to add that one in on there and on there as well. So I'm going to add 3 of them. I'm going to add 2 of them onto each one. I'm going to do the same up here. I'm going to put one there, and I'm going to put one there as well. So I've got those added in. And that way, they will start building. We should get the robots over. I've got plenty of spare robots available. They're bringing all of them over. It's the red circuits that we don't have. We don't have the red circuits at the moment because of a shortage of copper, and not because of a shortage of anything else. So right now, it's copper that is holding things up. Now, we've got 163,000 logistics robots there, but if I go here and actually go... logistics like that, I got 160,000 there. I got another 40,000 in general storage. And then I've also got these robots in here, and these are different. These are not general storage. I've got these 2,400 in each chest. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 chests in there, and about the same up there. So I got another 50,000 robots up there. So we're looking at about 250,000 robots so far, and still growing. So I mean, we're doing really well. We're over 250,000 robots. Yes, we've only got 163,000 sort of flagged up for flying. And because of the sheer scale of everything that we've got now, we are down to like 24 frames. Which I know is not brilliant, but hopefully that will increase a little bit more as well. I need to go from here just down over to that bit. And if I've got enough belts, I mean, I'm carrying around over 500 belts on me now. So if I've got enough, I'm thinking I might try and do a double run of belts all the way back through. Do 2 lines. And that way, we've got 3 lines of copper that are being brought in. Because copper is the thing that we haven't got. Iron plate, I got loads of it, and I got loads spare as well. Steel plate, we've got that. Iron gear wheels, I've got those. The refined concrete, normal concrete, plastic bars, electronic circuits is all here. I've got the whole lot. I got 205,000 automation science packs. Down the bottom, I have got a shortage of iron ore coming in. But I've got no copper plate, no copper ore, and no advanced circuits. Or I've got a shortage, right? I'm using up, and it's not to say I don't have any. I just have a lot less available than I would really, 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 really like to have available. Okay, so my robots are currently active, which means that they are going to dump down all of the belts I'm carrying and fill in all of this section. I'm not sorry about that. I'm quite happy, actually, for them to just go out and throw down all the belts that we've got at the moment. Then I will turn them off once they've done this section here. And we will then decide on what else we're going to do. So at the moment, they're just going to go out through those. If they could hurry up and just fill in these bits here. There's a couple that are going out. Okay, they're not going to go out any further now. They will fill in those bits right there. And that's going to allow just a couple more. Go on, 2 more. Right, that's it, done. That's all of it. Yeah, it's just going to spread that copper out a little bit. But it also means that when I bring in 2 more belts worth, it's going to spread those out a little bit as well. So I'll turn the robots off now. Here come the belts, and they're still following us down. It's going to take a little bit longer to head back, because I'm going to be filling in 2 lots of belts. It would also help if I put the belts down facing the correct way. That will make a big difference. So bring you over to there and run that back over that way. And down like this. Yeah, I'm just going to have to do a little bit of backwards and forwards running, I think. And then run that one up there. See, look at all these belts I got chasing me. There's a few. There's also construction robots bringing those belts in. They're making a lot faster now. That change that I made up there has made a huge difference. I got 232 on the way. Logistics storage is only -1. That seems to have made a big difference. Right, there's 2 lines on there. Then I can go back down to here and do that a little bit, and then do that a little bit again. I haven't got to take it that far. On here, I'm carrying 90 belts on me at the moment. How far have I got to go now? A little way. I definitely don't have enough belts to be able to complete this at the moment. 44 still. There. Yeah, not enough to complete this bit, but close. 1 belt left. Let's move over to here. And then I'm going to sit just neat and pretty and tidy and wait just for a little minute until I get the rest of, well, just a few more belts to come along. And we can fill in this little bit. Right, I've sat neat and pretty. It's got me 50 belts. Bring you up and that line as well. There's a couple more. And then step across this bit and fill in that and that. Right, now I can go for a big, long walk all the way back to the other end of the belt up here. It really would be so much faster if I had a flying mod. But I've said before, I want to keep this as close to vanilla as possible. I know I've got Squeak Through, which, yeah, that's probably the biggest alteration from vanilla. And the signal display, that's nothing. And then the unlasting oil, that's just a personal preference. I don't like having eternal any kind of oil. I just don't like the idea of having eternal patches of any kinds. Even the oil or the way the base game does. So yeah, that's a personal preference. But it's not a major lasting impact on gameplay. The biggest one would be Squeak Through. But beyond that, I wanted this series to be vanilla. Million Robots, basically, mostly, almost completely vanilla. Then, once we've done this, then I'm doing a Bob Angels playthrough. I'm going to be using the space extension thing as well, which is another big jump up. So there's a load of extra stuff that you do on that. Yeah, I got all sorts of plans for the next bit. And that is going to require, that's going to be a lot of mods. So I'm also going to, on top of that, I'm also going to add in the, what's it called? The, a flying mod of some kind. Some sort of hovercraft that will allow me to freely move around. And basically all it does is, the hovercraft, it just gives you, like, a skin, and then allows you to, it, like, removes all collision on it. So you jump into this thing and you got no collision whatsoever, and you just keep running around. I need to sit tight for a bit and wait for some belts to be brought over to me. I've got, how many on the way? I got 400 on the way. Mining productivity is now finished. We got that one done. So I've now got eternal mining productivity. That takes 12,000. That's mining productivity plus another 10%. Because we don't have biters, I mean, I'd like to do an atomic bomb. I would like to get an atomic bomb done. Worker robot speed is 20,000 of each type. That one there is 25,000 of each type. But only the lowly ones. Actually, that one there doesn't require, like, I keep doing the robots. That doesn't require any military science. Neither does that one. That surprises me. I'd have thought that it would take in all of them. But no, there's no military involved with that one. The difference between them is this one. It's an infinite one that doesn't require any purple packs. Production science. It takes the military science instead of the production science. The chemical one stays the same. So yeah, it's that one. That's the difference between the two. This one here takes all of the base game ones, apart. It doesn't take the new science ones that we're getting. 25,000 of each it's going to require, and that will allow us to build an atomic bomb. I would like to build at least one atomic bomb, so I will start research on that, just so that we can say we've got an atomic bomb. Well, they're starting to bring a few over, so let's get started with placing a few of these down then. I want to make 2 more rows. That's the idea here. Won't need quite as many this time round. Just to fill this in. Because, oops, okay. I don't want to go putting too many down further up. Yeah, I don't need quite so many now because half of these are already done. Which is good. Alright, that's a really good thing. That makes it a little bit easier for us. And that leaves me with only about 30 left. How much space have I got still? Okay, I got a long run. I'm going to have to do more hanging around and waiting for deliveries. Don't you just hate hanging around waiting for deliveries? Like, you free up most of your day. You try to make sure you're in, ready for the delivery. And then what happens? They fail to turn up. You say, I'm going to be here on such and such a day, and then they aren't there. They say, please make sure there is someone home to sign for the package between this time in the morning and this time in the evening. So between 5 a.m. and 10 p.m. There must be someone there, or we will take it back to darkest Peru, and you will have to pay £37.50 surcharge in order to have it delivered again. And yeah, and then they fail to turn up. Or they do turn up, but they creep up to the door. They tap it ever so softly. Really, just tap it gently with a fingertip so that you can't hear them. And then they post a thing through the door to say, sorry, we missed you. Isn't that... You know, does anybody else get that? I seen a video very short while ago about a delivery driver, actually. It was really... but it was bad, but it was also really funny. It was basically the dude wrote out the ticket to say, sorry, I missed you. Someone suspected this was going on, so he set up a camera on his porch and watched the UPS driver turn up. This was somewhere in the States. Watched the driver turn up, fill out the ticket, and then go up to the door and post it through the door. As he was posting it through the door, the bloke that lived there yanked his door open, made the driver, like, it genuinely soiled himself because he jumped so high. And the guy said, have you got a delivery for me then? And the bloke just said, nope, nothing for you, turned around, ran to his vehicle, and then it rushed off up the road. So this was shared on social media. Naturally, UPS then decided to investigate and issued an apology and so on. But you got to ask yourself, did they do that because of good customer service, or did they do that because a video catching out their shoddy drivers surfaced on the internet and caused them to force them to take action? I'm saying it's the latter. Call me a little bit cynical and everything, but I'm saying it's the latter. And the reason it's the latter is because UPS, you can guarantee, make their drivers do stuff like this. Like, they don't actually tell them that's what they got to do, but they've got to complete so many deliveries in such a short amount of time that it becomes pretty much impossible. And so if these guys want to keep their job, they've got to do things like this. They can't hang around and deliver the parcels. They've just got to hurry up and, right, get that one done and get round X amount of properties in X amount of time. So really, it's their own fault. But yeah, I'm just having a little bit of a rant. To be honest, I hardly ever have that happen because we've always got somebody home. I never really have an issue with missing any deliveries. So yeah, I don't really know why I'm getting upset about it, because it's not really something that ever actually bothers me in the slightest anyway. Right, I need to wait for another delivery. I want 3 lines around here just to complete this little bit here. And then when I've done that, I'll have 3 lines all the way back through. And then we'll go up here and we will build a new little construction piece on here. We'll have to get... Actually, I don't think we need to get rid of that one. That one can stay. We will build a new bit of ore extraction on there. Put in the mining drills and everything onto that little bit right there. And I'll probably manually lay them down rather than using my blueprint bit. Just because the blueprint bit, whilst it's good and it's really helpful, it's not necessarily perfect every time. I'll bring you up this way. I got 49. How many have I got on the way? 488 belts. So somewhere between the main factory and here. 488 belts. Alright, put that in over there. And then over this way, like this. And 1 line there. 1 line there. I've got 3 belts left. If I just have a few more brought over to me. There's 9. That's not enough. I need 1 more. I can't take that one up. I suppose I could, because then I could put a ghost print down. I'm not going to. I'm going to wait for that one to turn up. There. Right. Job done. So I've now got 3 belts running all the way along here. That goes from here. They run all the way back over to the main factory. And that allows that extra copper to be picked up and taken into the factory. They're picking it up. They're doing a grand job of it. And then down this way. All the way. That is a lot of belt that we've got there. Like, seriously, that is a long, long belt. That is a lot of pieces of belt that's got to be brought over as well. So that one line at the moment doesn't seem to have made much difference to the amount of ore that is being brought in. I've still got all of this being extracted. I've got all of that being lifted and being brought back into the base and yada, 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 so on and so forth. So all I want to do is I want to keep moseying on up this way so that we can get to the next patch. Get that started. Alright, here come more robots with more belts. That's great. I've actually got quite a lot of them now. All running out together. Let's go and have a look and see how the belts are looking over here now. I've got 10 waiting for pickup there. I've got 9 waiting for pickup. I've got 14 waiting for pickup. This is much better. This is looking a lot better here. It's looking a lot more active. And actually the big problem now is I have a shortage of the red belts. And that's not a bad thing either. That's not a bad thing at all. I've got those in there. I've got a shortage in here of gear wheels. That's the problem with those belts, is a shortage of gear wheels. So I need to do something similar on that to what I did down here so that I can adjust the amount of gear wheels that are being brought in. Really, we want like 500 of each being brought to each chest. I don't know if there isn't a way that you can't adjust that through the map. You've got to go over to it, or you've got to set up a new one yourself. So what I can do is I can put that one down. I don't need to change anything else. I can just put that one... Oh, no, I'm not going to change that to speed requests. So I'm going to go there, and I'm going to request in that one some gear wheels. That's got to be this one. No, it doesn't. It's that one. There, gear wheels. I'll request iron gear wheels, and that is going to be 500 iron gear wheels. And I also need to request some belts like that, and I'm going to go for 100 belts. Don't need anything more than that. And then I can copy that one, like that. Get rid of you. Okay, let's not get rid of you. I have my robots out. I was going to have the robots do it. Now we go back up here. So, yeah, I've got 50. I've now changed that to requesting 100 of those. It's not a big difference. It's not going to make much difference at all to anything. And I swap them over. Then what I do is I go back to paste. And I paste down the new one in here, like this. And there I've now got the new one being constructed. So, I mean, in here, I've got actually thousands of these belts. I've got thousands in all of the squares apart from that one. But there's 4,700 in there. So I'm not going to worry about it too much in this chest up here. I'm going to leave that for a minute. That's being removed, so the old ones have been taken away, and now I'm just waiting for the construction robots to bring back the new ones down there, and that will keep the red belts moving, and then that will keep them moving down there. And that'll be absolutely fine. I don't need to worry about it too much at the moment, though. It's not adversely affecting anything I'm doing. So I want to delete that. I will delete those. And I will come over here, and I will remove those, and then I'll leave that line. Actually, I don't know what to do with the line at the moment. Right, let's not make any changes. Let's not make any more changes for a second, and we will do this. I'm gonna want. Just trying to think what the best way to actually make this, because I was thinking to bring it down, join it into this belt, and then only have one connection into that main belt. Which way round do I want to run this? Do I want to have it moving up and down that way? I don't think I do. I think I want to run it along like this. I think that would be the optimal way of doing this. So that one there, if I put that one like that, that one there, that one's not going to go on anything. So then I want to leave a gap. So that one goes over there like that. That's perfect. Well, folks, Rome wasn't built in a day, and 1,000,000 minions are not going to be built in a single episode. We've run out of time, so if you've enjoyed the episode, then please head down below and give us a like, and if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me, get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.